Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Welcome in, 100.7 The Score. It is the end of the bunch. End of the bench.
End of the bunch.
End of the month. I don't know what I was saying there. Great start. Probably an omen of things to come today.
It's going to be a perfect show after that.
Oh, it's all uphill from here. The First United Bank Studio, Visual Edge IT Hotline. Hopefully, Bullfighter's not tuned in yet. 806-771-0973. You can also hit us up on the Yates Flooring Center chat line or hit us up on the mobile apps brought to you by Happy State Bank. Of course, as always, streaming live on YouTube, youtube.com/Double T Sports Network. If you're watching live, welcome. At some point, maybe during a break, we just have Lucas come in and dance or something, but he does have his bee costume on. So you put the bee costume on, I was like, oh, that's nice. And then you kind of turn sideways, and it's like, okay, there's giant wings on this thing. Oh, there's a stinger. And then you pulled out the hat.
Yeah.
The hat really ties it together. It's got, what is that, pipe cleaner type things as the tentacles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Antennas?
Antennas, yes.
You look good, man. You've already had at least one Saturday Night Live reference.
It's pretty big. I mean, I'm not a very big guy, so it's pretty long, but...
Yeah, with the elastic at the bottom, so it gives you a nice puffy feel.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll have some B-facts or something at some point today for Lucas.
And then Rob Breaux wearing a yellow shirt in solidarity.
Yeah, I didn't really plan that, but...
You even have stripes on yours, too.
Yeah, stripes and everything. I've got a B chest.
Salsa's hot.
The salsa's hot. We also paid off the lunch/breakfast bet, so we're all caught up now, I believe. Avoided the tiny wheel for Jazz Chisholm.
You were pretty
just
safe
by the
on that.
skin of my teeth. Yeah. The All-Star game last night seemed like a good game. I was busy. I generally watch at least a couple innings of the All-Star game. Could not tune in last night, but the swing-off seemed fun.
Yeah, it has potential. Wasn't really executed that well, but it had potential.
If Major League Baseball, sorry if I'm stomping on a burning question here. If Major League Baseball in the regular season said, all right, if you get to the 15th inning, we're going to a swing-off, in or out?
I would probably be in as somebody that would be at the baseball game if I was there with kids who had wanted to go home for several innings.
Yeah, regular season.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, you play
you play it out.
Yeah,
I would probably be in at this point just to get it done with.
What about the 12th inning? That gives you two opportunities, 10th and 11th. 12th is a swing off.
I guess. I mean, I wouldn't be. Yeah, you get 2 innings. You get it. Well, how about 3 innings? So you get an opportunity for the entire lineup to turn over.
So that's the 13th inning.
Yeah, 13th inning. Then
swing off.
Swing off. I would be fine with that. I know a lot of people probably would just be disgusted by that. But to be honest with you, whenever that game was tied last night, I was like, oh my goodness, can you imagine if this just keeps going? I didn't realize there was a swing off.
Is the swing off really any different from the Ghost Runner? Isn't that both kind of gimmicky?
Oh, they're both gimmicky, but
sure. I mean, the swing off is much more gimmicky.
Yes, but it provides more entertainment at the end. Would you rather see Kyle Schwarber hit 3 straight home runs to help his team win the fake baseball game, or would you rather Ellie De La Cruz be on second base? I know that's a bad. How about Ellie De La Cruz on first base and then he scores off of a sing? But you know what I'm saying,
right?
Or he gets over on a pass ball and then there's a sac fly to right and Ellie De La Cruz scores from third. Which one would you rather see? And it would take a lot less time. You would get through the majority. The only reason the swing off took time was because they were interviewing people before they went and hit.
Right.
That part was dumb. They're an all-star. We should know who they are.
Yeah.
We don't really. Hey, so what are you gonna? I'm gonna go up there and swing and try to hit home runs. All right, thanks. Let's go swing off.
I was a little shocked. Jeff Passan was tweeting the what could have been versus what was. I was a little shocked that kind of secondary stars were in the game at that point, but you mentioned, the broadcast mentioned that the stars had just left. If you played in the first and second innings, you weren't going to come back in. You didn't expect to swing off, so you just kind of went and sat with your family. Like, what are you doing?
I think that's more
Catching
damning
flights?
than questioning whether there should be a ghost runner or a swing off at the end.
Yeah.
Because you're telling everybody to watch this baseball game all the way till the end for the swing off, but the guys playing in it, you can go ahead and hop on your private jet and go wherever you need to go. You don't need to stick around for the game. Because I told you, the perfect setup for that swing off, if you want to make it exciting, is to put Shohei against Judge in the second round of that, because there were 3 rounds.
You go Schwarber, Cal Raleigh to start.
Yeah.
You go Ohtani, Judge in the second, and then whoever in the third.
And then Pete Alonso was scheduled to go last.
Yeah.
Never saw him hit the ball. Out of all of the 6 people that were scheduled to hit, everybody would prefer to see Pete Alonso hit first out of it. And that's nothing against Kyle Schwarber. He would have been second because you couldn't even name half of the other people that were hitting. Yeah, they did it wrong. I don't mind the idea of it, especially in an all-star game, but the execution was horrible. And if you're going to have stars, if you expect me to stay up and watch that game, don't tell me during the broadcast, hey, if you're wondering why Aaron Judge isn't hitting in this, players that already played, a lot of them have already left the ballpark.
Yeah, this game that we're all expecting you to be invested in, the players who are getting paid millions of dollars to play this game couldn't muster a 1 iota of a dang to stick around for a couple more days.
Yeah.
Now, I understand this is their off time. This is their vacation.
Yes.
They're here on their own accord. They could say no.
They could, yes. But I also bet a lot of them have it built into their contracts that they get a bonus for being at the All-Star game.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Being named an All-Star.
Yeah. So
you got to accept to be named, I guess. Interesting to say the least. I am a big home run derby guy. We talked about it yesterday. Not as much of an all-star game guy. If there are Rangers, like, obviously in 23 I watched most of it.
Yeah.
Because there were 6 Ranger starters and
the anomaly,
bullpen arms.
yes,
and, like, I'm sure Tigers fans were tuned in last night.
Yes.
But otherwise, it's just, it kind of is what it is at this point. We do have 2 off days now on Wednesday and Thursday with no live sports.
Oh, I thought you meant we were going to be.
No.
We just had to be here for 15 minutes.
No, plenty to talk about. Plenty to talk about. We'll talk about days that changed Texas Tech's trajectory today, October 23rd. We'll also discuss potentially Pete Burns almost understanding the Ponzi scheme that is college football. We've got Battle Royale. We've got Big 12. We've got Big 12 stadium rankings from players. Do you have something to say on that?
No, I was the hot salsa is just getting to me.
We'll also put a picture of Lucas on Twitter. More after this. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Definitely not the starters. You're on the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench. Talking Texas Tech football here. Headline from DoubleTSportsNetwork.com. You can read my full thoughts on the On3 Pete Nakos story. Sources claim it takes 30% Lubbock tax to recruit anyone to Texas Tech is the headline there.
Clickbait.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
What do you mean?
I don't think I need to. Are you going to look at this?
He's going to eat that whole burrito staring at us.
Don't feed the animals.
That wasn't clickbait. That's what the story said.
But
if I'm clickbaiting, then they clickbaited.
Well, no. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if the headline said, "Hey,
That's how they presented it.
I know, clickbait.
Pete Nakos' latest piece on On3 is subjective ranking, in which he asked 17 coaches, recruiting staffers, administrators, and agents a single question. Which 10 programs do you believe spent the most money to build their 2025 roster? The problem with things like this from On3 is that in the headline and on Twitter and when they post just the top 10, they make it seem, or it's inferred by the audience, that this is a ranking of actual news and information and statistics. It's not. It's a survey, which is an opinion polling measure. It's a survey to ask who spent money. And it's not in any kind of order except for who got the most votes. So 16 of the 17 surveyed people said Texas Tech. In the article, it says Texas probably spent 40, but Sarkeesian says they spent 25. Probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
It says Texas Tech spent 28. Could be less.
Could be more.
Could be more.
Sorry, to be fair. For both of them, yeah.
Probably
not Texas.
The third one was Ohio State, and it said 30 to 35.
Which, didn't they spend that much last year, reportedly?
Last year, the number was 20.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was more than that.
So, to me, right off the bat, Texas Tech probably shouldn't be 2. But the rise in what they spent makes it feel like they spent more.
Yeah.
The honorable mention category says LSU tripled their budget. What an amazing turnaround. They're up over $20 million. I'm only going to give you 5 teams because I think they're so far out in front of everyone else, including Texas Tech. Just a ridiculous amount of money being spent. But what a great job by LSU to triple their NIL budget and get over $20 million. Also an honorable mention outside the top 10. Oh, that plucky underdog Ole Miss squad is out there just competing with the other SEC brutes to get over $20 million. $20 million again.
Yeah.
In a roster of 100 is $8 million, a massive chasm where they shouldn't even be listed amongst the other 10. I don't think so. It is a large gap.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's my broad thought here. Because the line in there that got me, there was 2 of them. One of them had the verbiage of Texas Tech had to outbid Quentin Joyner and Ohio State.
Okay.
Had to outbid Ohio State for Quentin Joyner. The word outbid bugged me because in all the other 10 write-ups, there's no kind of language like outbid or came here for money or won them in a lottery.
Yeah.
None of that. It's all recruiting-based for everyone else. The other bit that bothered me, obviously, was the clickbait. The source, the random source that was one of the 17 surveyed, not a random source. It's one of the 17 surveyed. Just call them a surveyed member.
Yeah.
Said that Texas Tech is overpaying because they got to pay a 30% tax because of location. I think that's bogus, but let me tell you what's not bogus. Okay? And I think you'll agree with me. If the source's quote was, they have to pay a 30% tax because of the program, because of the stature of the program, because they're a Big 12 school, because they don't have as many drafted players as the top 5 teams in college football, which they're going up against: Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, those like. If they would have said they don't have a outright conference championship since Eisenhower was president, all of those things make sense to have to overpay. But to just boil it down to location, they're out in the middle of nowhere. Well, we have planes. We have an international airport, right?
Yes.
If you go to Penn State, you got to fly in like 3 hours away and bus over.
Yeah.
You got to bus into Fayetteville. You got to bus into Morgantown. There are places in the world, college towns, that you don't get that kind of opportunity to just fly in and drive over. If I gave you Bloomington, Ames, and Stillwater,
yeah.
And said, which town is biggest? Who would you give me?
Out of those three?
Yeah.
I would probably go, without knowing, I would probably go Bloomington.
And then add in Lubbock.
Well, Lubbock would be one.
You could add the three others together and not get to Lubbock.
Lubbock, yeah.
So I just, again, if you want to say that Texas Tech is paying a tax for being Texas Tech.
Okay, what if I said you were paying a tax as a Texas athlete for going to Lubbock? What if you were a Dallas athlete and
it's between, like, if you're a kid in Waco,
yeah,
and it's like, hey, I'm down between TCU, Texas, and Texas Tech. Yeah, sure.
Because I'm just playing devil's advocate here. If you're able to get more money out of a school by saying, hey, my parents want to come to every game, and they can't make that drive. They can't, say it's East Texas, whatever. They can't do the 7 hours every single, that's a lot of extra money on the tax, but that's part of it. I mean, I guarantee you, hey, we want to make sure your parents are here for the games on the weekend.
And that's another thing. If they would have said 10% location tax, sure.
Yeah.
That's going to airfare for your parents to get to every game.
And I'm sure that's part of it. I mean, you could make that argument because, hey, I can drive 2.5 hours to Dallas or whatever.
But you think on a $500,000 NIL bill for a high-level player, if he's going anywhere else in the country, it's $500,000, but for Texas Tech, it's $650,000?
No, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying.
That's 30%, right?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just...
Instead of $1 million, it's 1.3.
Yeah.
But this is not new. This is another thing. When the Athletic put out their story last week of anonymous Big 12 coaches, they were saying they're overpaying. They're paying 3 times as much of what it's worth, which is more than 30%. That's 300%.
Yeah.
That there's a 300% tax to go to Texas Tech. And then even before that, months ago, there's the guy who we all assumed was a Longhorn assistant, said they're ruining the transfer portal by overpaying everyone. So there's got to be a little smoke here.
Okay.
There's got to be a little smoke here. I do think that Texas Tech spent a lot of money.
I was about to say, do you think Texas Tech is overpaying some of them?
None of that is wrong.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just that I think everybody in this offseason was overpaying people. But for some reason, it's singled out as Texas Tech was the only one.
Well, because they're the outlier in the group. I mean, you mentioned a second ago, LSU tripled their budget from a year ago. What did Texas Tech do?
Quadrupled? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe even more, right?
Probably.
So if there's somebody that's quadrupling or sextupling or whatever number you want to tuple.
It was awesome for the plucky underdog of LSU and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
But just outrageous for Texas Tech to do it. More after this. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
The Tigers in Arlington. Tough start to the second half. That'll be at 6:30, 7 o'clock first pitch, 6:30 airtime on Double T 97.3. The Astros will be in Seattle to face the Mariners. 8:40 airtime, 9 p.m.-ish first pitch. 6 o'clock first pitches Saturday, Sunday for the Rangers, Tigers. The Astros, Mariners do get a getaway day on Sunday with an afternoon affair. The tax questions here on the chat line, it's just a word, man. It's It was spiffier than surcharge. It's a better headline to say, call it the Lubbock tax. I'm not a CPA. I don't work for the IRS.
Harper Valley. I know that's the PTA.
I'm calling it a Lubbock tax.
I like CPA better.
I'm not an accountant. If you are, you can use the right words. All right. Let's check the calendar here, Lucas.
Your daily look at what's happening in the world of sports, birthdays, and holidays. Let's check the calendar.
It is National Corn Fritters Day. Now, is that equitable with a corn nugget? If you know where that's from?
You mean like a corn nut?
No, a corn nugget.
I don't know.
At the chicken place.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the same thing?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, this looks different, but I would call that a corn fritter. Like a hush puppy with corn in it?
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a patty shape instead of a ball, if you will.
Now, that's one of the situations where I know corn's in there. I'm cool with it.
No, I'm out.
It's also National Hot Dog Day, July 16th.
Of course.
Should be July 4th, but sure, I'll eat a hot dog.
I mean, we shoot fireworks off on the 16th, so why not have hot dogs too?
There was a whole show 2 nights ago around my apartment.
Monday night? Yeah, no, I went to let the dog out because I thought he was making noises, and he was like, okay, he needs to go out. We went out, fireworks.
Yeah.
He was making noises because people were celebrating July 14th.
It was just Conor McGregor's birthday.
Oh.
That's what they were doing.
Who shoots off fireworks on July 14th? Absolutely nobody.
Yeah, they're not going to apologize either.
Yeah.
To anybody. No. Fresh Spinach Day. It's Guinea Pig Appreciation Day. You like a guinea pig?
Sure.
Hamster, guinea pig, is that?
I never had a. I had a. I think we had hamsters. Not my. I did when I was a kid.
Okay.
But guinea pig.
I prefer guinea pig to hamster. They're pretty cute.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
We had a rat.
I would prefer a guinea pig over a rat.
Our 4th grade classroom pet was a rat. My mom, as a teacher, had a ferret for a couple of years. It snuck around on the couch and some fat kid sat on it.
Was it okay?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, that's not funny. National Atomic Veterans Day. National Cherry Day. I think Chuck was talking about cherries the other day. National Personal Chef Day. We all have one of those.
Yeah, we do. Today we did. Lucas and I did.
Yeah, well. Shout out to...
You made those breakfast burritos, right?
Yeah, sure. I made the effort to go find them. Shout out to 34th Street if you're looking for breakfast burritos, by the way. Just anywhere on 34th Street, yeah. They have good breakfast burritos. It is Rural Transit Day and Take Your Poet to Work Day. Should we all come up with a poem today?
I don't think we need to do that. I mean, we can.
Speaking of Conor McGregor, it's World Snake Day. Lucas? Birthdays?
B-days, if you will.
Bobby Lashley, former WWE superstar, turning 49 years old today.
I'd pump the brakes on superstar.
I think he's a current AEW
really
star.
Never a big Bobby Lashley
Did he do bodybuilding too?
He could have. I think he went and tried to do MMA for a minute.
Okay.
He was a large human being.
Yeah.
Still is, I guess.
Stuart Copeland, drummer for the band The Police.
Stuart?
Greatest
trio of all time.
Turning 73. Zach Randolph, turning 44.
Zebo.
No Sean Moreno, turning 38.
No Sean Moreno. Wisconsin? Nebraska.
Georgia.
I always get red teams.
I always get those. Yeah. Wisconsin, Georgia, Nebraska, those running backs that were all there like at the same time.
Sorry, Michelle.
2000s.
That's what
Early
Georgia. That's what you
2000s.
came up with whenever you got No Sean Moreno. I immediately thought of him crying in slow motion. Wasn't that No Sean Moreno?
I think so.
That video, slow motion, but at high speed somehow.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders turning 57 years old today. And then we have Corey Feldman turning 54. And Will Ferrell, 58.
I want to pay with you
And
everywhere.
Shoeless
Will
Joe
Ferrell.
Jackson was born on this day.
Who was that last one?
Shoeless Joe
Oh,
Jackson.
okay.
Will Ferrell is 4 years older than Corey Feldman.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, Corey Feldman
Sure, he's
was
a child star.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Corey Feldman. Yeah.
Goonies.
Stand By Me.
Maybe I don't remember. Maybe Stand By Me.
Yeah. Goonies. Yeah. Same guy.
Lost Boys, right?
He was in. He was a vampire bartender in Psych the other day when I was watching.
He definitely. He might be typecast as a vampire with the way he looks right now.
Well, that's what Psych does. Is they'll cast people that have done that before. Right?
Yeah. Well, but I mean, he's very pale.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah. He looked the part.
Yeah. On this day in 1974, Bob Gibson becomes the second pitcher ever to reach 3,000 strikeouts. You know who the first one was? According to this website.
The first pitcher, it wasn't Sandy Koufax. 'Cause he didn't get there.
Yeah, he didn't pitch long enough.
I don't know. Who was it?
Cesar Geronimo. Would have never guessed that.
Yeah, I would not have pulled that.
2005, Tiger Woods wins his 10th major, leading the British Open or Open Championship wire-to-wire with a 5-shot win over one of the least likable golfers of all time, Colin Montgomery. And in 2003, former Texas Tech pitcher Daniel Coulomb picks up his first save of the year for Lucas's Baltimore Orioles in a 5-4 win over the Marlins. I found during this time of year, it's all Daniel Coulomb, Josh Tomlin, Josh Bard.
Yeah. Maybe a Nate Carnes thrown in
Maybe
there.
a Nate Carnes every once in a while. Josh Young probably. If we
his All-Star start was, I think, at the end of last week.
Yeah. Entertainment on this day, 1996 movie Multiplicity with Michael Keaton. Solid movie.
Sure.
If you have time. 1998, The Mask of Zorro with
Antonio Banderas.
There you go.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Mm-hmm. And in 2015, Ant-Man and Trainwreck both premiered on this day.
I've seen one of them.
I think I'm pretty sure I like Bill Hader.
I do like Bill Hader, but I'm going to be nice.
You don't like LeBron?
Yeah, that's the one I was going to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's somebody else in that.
She's the worst. I honestly can't even think of her name right now.
Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer's the worst.
Trainwreck was a wreck.
I didn't mind it, but I like Bill Hader.
I might watch it eventually for Bill Hader, but.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look what I can do. More after this 100.7 The Score.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back, 100.7 The Score. It is the End of the Bench. Lucas buzzing back on the board. I've pulled the numbers. TCU 2023, 23 high school, 13 recruits out of the transfer portal. 24, 21 high school, 24 out of the portal. The high watermark for either school. In 2025, the current class, 31 high schoolers, 12 out of the portal. Texas Tech, 26 high school in 23 class, 7 transfers. The next season, 21-16. And this final season, 18-21. 18-21. So fairly even. TCU doubled the amount of transfers in the first year. Nearly 7-13. But Texas Tech has trended toward the portal and trended away from high school. Though I think this year they only wanted 11 or 12 out of the portal, and we're just like, well, it's our last shot. We might as well.
Might as well spend while we can, yeah.
I don't think that will be the norm. I think you'll get back to getting 10 or 12 high-level prospects out of the portal.
To your point, when this started, this was the assumption of everybody that Sonny Dykes just likes to go after his alma mater.
I assumed he was talking about Colorado.
Yeah.
Which is appropriate.
Yes, without a doubt. And Deion Sanders would probably even agree with that. If Sonny Cumbie said that straight to Deion Sanders' face.
He says it. Deion Sanders on the podium was like, yeah, we try to get 40% young transfers, 40% grad transfers, and 20% high school kids.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the portal king. All right, Luke's burning questions.
2 minutes of non-stop in-your-face inquiries with no end in sight. It's time for Burning Questions.
He didn't correct me.
Would you rather have a weekend of Friday, Saturday, Sunday? So a 3-day weekend with Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or a 3-day weekend with Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
I would rather have Friday off.
And in most instances I would say that, but
I don't know.
In my line of work, I think I would rather have Monday off. Just interworking stuff. There's, I don't want to say less to do on a Friday at a television station, but you don't have to tape stuff for the next day and stick around a little bit longer. You're done, and you can leave at 10:35 if you can get out of there fast enough. On Monday, you got to stay late, so I would flip-flop it.
Also, if you have a 9 to 5, right, the traditional
job.
If
you had a 9 to 5, I would.
Well, I think I'm going to go Monday off.
I would too, yeah.
Because you can get out of town Friday night if you're trying to go somewhere. Or just go crazy on Friday and Saturday and then have Sunday and Monday to recover.
No, yeah, I agree. I think that Friday night is your travel time.
So I think I've flipped once I started talking. I think I would go Monday off.
I would go Saturday, Sunday, Monday off.
Yeah. It just
clean sweep.
You avoid the, I don't really care for Mondays. I'm not in the minority there, and you avoid dealing with that, and then you feel like you have a short work week ahead.
Yeah,
a lot of positives there.
What is the most popular line from a movie that people would instantly recognize? So out of any movie, you say a line from that movie, people will instantly recognize the name of that movie.
I'm thinking all of ones I can't really say.
How about the Force be with you?
Yeah, may the Force be with you.
Luke, I'm not your father. I am your father, whatever it is.
I was going to say Yippee-ki-yay.
Sure.
Stop.
My first thought was, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sports related. My sports related one is I can say this because it was in a movie. Funky butt loving. It's when Henry Rowan Gardner hits the
Gardner.
Hits the guy in the face. I said it right. Rowan Gardner.
I know. I was doing the.
No, I think you just didn't know how to say it.
Collier's never seen that movie.
Yes, I have.
I think the line for me would be, "We're gonna need a bigger boat."
Yeah, that's a good one.
Jaws.
I
was also trying to think of like, you're a wizard, Harry. Like, I think people can get that one.
Yeah, well, you got the name in it.
Or
it
like,
might help.
You're killing me, Smalls is a thought from the chat line.
Yes, that's a good one.
I was trying to think of like a Lord of the Rings. Like Samwise is talking to Frodo.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have gotten. You would.
If I said Frodo, though, like.
Yeah, I know that.
What's the opening line? The Baggins were in the Shire. Bilbo Baggins loved the Shire. It's like that. If you've ever seen it, you're like, oh, that's from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
You shall not pass. Did you know Sean Connery turned down that role because he didn't understand the script?
I'm your Huckleberry.
That's a good one.
Pepe.
Life's like a box of chocolates. That's a good one. Can't say the other one, but it's good too. Bend over and I'll show you. That's another line I like that movie.
Out of all the Tech players that got drafted in the MLB draft, how many come back?
Well,
So
Mac Hewer.
five got drafted. 2 have the chance to come back.
Yeah,
or 4 have the chance to come back.
Zane Petty.
Damian
Mac
Bravo.
Hewer, Damian Bravo.
Turner Parrish.
He has the opportunity to come back?
Allegedly.
I don't think Parrish is coming back. I think if he doesn't go now, I don't know what his future would be draft-wise, considering his previous health issues and whatnot. I would be surprised if Mac Hewer comes back.
I would also be surprised. He's got the largest monetary stake to leave because of where he was drafted. He's drafted in the 8th. It's like $400,000.
Was slotted at
Is
200 and no, so I think it's 212 is what he was slotted at. I think 212 for him.
Trended?
No, Trendon was 197 or something like that, I believe, between those two. So you can find that pretty quick.
Pretty big gap.
Between 2 rounds?
Yeah.
197 and 212? I don't think that's that big.
Well, the gap from what I said to what you said.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was 212,000 for Mac Hewer for his slot. Either way, I mean.
You're right. Jamie hit right before it, too. Oh, maybe I saw it. Maybe I was looking at the Jacob Kuhn guy that.
Yeah,
Oh, no, that was 285.
The Midland College
Where did I see
pitcher who
terrible.
might not make it here either.
Yeah, he should not come.
Yeah, he
should stay.
Yeah, he should. So I guess Damian Bravo, right?
I think Bravo and Petty both certainly would be welcomed back.
Yeah, I think Petty will come back. Bravo, I didn't quite understand. I guess after a certain 10th round, there is no. So you're gonna have to negotiate money if you're Damian Bravo.
Yeah, there's automatic money through 10.
Yeah,
and then the rest of it is whatever they saved going below slot for the rest of the draft.
Yeah,
and I'm sure there's a pool there to pay players with.
So I would go 2.
Ryan Free also coming back.
I was about to say, you get Ryan Free back.
Ryan Free, who had a 4-ish ERA the first 2 years he was here, and a 3.5 ERA-ish at Angelo State last year.
Yeah.
His third year at Tech, there were some injuries. He didn't pitch much. He had a 7 ERA. I think he's a welcome addition to this roster.
Yeah.
He's pitched a lot of innings in college baseball.
Bullpen guy, though, like he was his first year. He started 9 games his second year.
Yeah, he started 9 games for Angelo State last year.
Yeah. So maybe
so. Maybe so. We're going to draft on Friday.
Just let me enjoy my victory. It's an extended victory lap.
Extended victory lap for David Collier. I did not put that on the rundown for some reason. We'll do that Friday. 100.7 The Score. It's the end of the bench.
Playing time is not required. This is the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. 100.7 The Score. One final segment before we turn over the mics and chairs to Choice Woodman and Chris Sneed. It is time for Ask the Benchwarmers. And we'll go with Bullfighter Bunchwarmers. You're in need of new friends / girlfriend to watch Tech Sports with. What drives you absolutely crazy that your friends do in the stands or just casual friends? Some of my friends talk smack about their other sports teams that would destroy Tech if they played them or get into fights. Annoying fan behavior, Collier. What's a pet peeve of yours?
Throwing full cans of beer onto a football field. I find that to be highly annoying.
What about a person wearing gear to a game that doesn't involve the gear they're wearing?
So like a Kansas State at a
Sure,
Tech,
like
Iowa State game or something like that.
Yes. Or a Longhorn fan wearing Longhorn gear to Texas Tech.
What if you're just a college football fan that wants to? Now, if you're sitting in the student section, that's a little odd.
Yeah.
But what if you're just a fan of college sports and you just wanted to watch Texas Tech play? Maybe you're scouting next week's opponent.
Put on a Rangers hat.
Why not an Astros hat?
Put on an Astros hat.
Okay, just checking.
Put on a Cowboys hat. Put on. If you're a Longhorn fan, you're probably a Cowboys fan.
It is odd. Yes.
Put on your Lakers hat and
did you like
Yankees hat.
Did you like that bit that Texas Tech did where they had the plant wearing the wrong color jersey in the stands one time? It was for one of their ads.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, there was just some random, like one of the people that worked in the promotions office, and he had to wear like a Kansas State jersey in the Tech section or whatever, and got scurried out of there. That happened like a couple years ago. It was one of their bits.
I don't remember that. This texter says leaving early. It's annoying when friends want to leave. If you go with someone to the game and they're like, "Hey, can we leave?" and you're like, "It's
the first quarter, dude."
Yeah, like let's buckle in here. I'm the type of fan that sits there and waits for traffic to die down in the stands.
Yeah,
I don't leave early. Not necessarily like I wouldn't leave early. Like if it's, especially on the road, I stay full time. But if it's a home game and something's going on, and I'm just there as a fan, I'm watching the whole game regardless of if you're getting.
That's a weird question for me because I don't go to sporting events most of the time to actually watch. I'm working, and I would gladly leave early if I could. In some instances, see Arkansas Pine Bluff. Any other pet peeves that I can think of? Not necessarily. I mean, I haven't had the luxury of. I'm sure I would be annoyed by quite a few things going on around me, though.
Oh, the most annoyed I've ever been at a fan at a sporting event was I was at a Texas Rangers game in the outfield, and we were all cheering or whatever. But this drunk guy, like 6 rows up, was like, "Let's go Rangers!"
Yeah.
The whole time. And, like, fine. We joined in a few times.
Yeah.
But, like, in the weirdest spots of the game, he'd be doing it.
Yeah.
And then by the third or fourth inning, he's just hammered. And he's like, "You guys don't like the Texas Rangers or what?
Yeah, that's a little much.
You guys not fan? You're not fans like me? What? You guys, let's go Rangers." It's like, dude, shut up.
Yeah, we're trying to watch the game.
I don't need to be chanting to prove how big of a fan I am when it's a 1-0 count with no outs in the inning. Like if you want a full count, 2 out, let's go Rangers chant, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
But we're up by 7, and it's a 1-0 count with no outs in the 6th. Like we don't need a chant right here.
Yeah.
We're also 7 rows deep in center field. Chill out. They can't hear you.
I also don't like the constantly yelling and screaming like in the first 5 minutes. Like,
let's see how the game goes.
Yeah, like a guy misses a shot or doesn't get a rebound, and the fan is just going after him, and I'm like, dude, it's the second possession of the game. The ref missed the foul call or the walk there.
Well, he took the over.
Yeah, probably.
Sitting next to the guy that even though the team is doing well will choose to heckle and curse at one specific coach all game long. That's annoying.
Yeah.
That's annoying. Bullfighter, just call me a bandwagon fan. Sure. Benchwarmers.
Breaux wrong, by the way.
Shoes on the other foot. If Texas Tech was a car, what would it be?
Again, out of my wheelhouse, I don't know expensive cars, but I would go in an expensive car at this point.
What's the... All right, can we leave politics out of it?
Yeah.
Cybertruck. It's a truck.
Yeah.
New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
Or what's the other one? The Rivian or whatever? They're one of those. Which is ironic to say that they're an electric car with the oil booster. But it's like the new thing. Everyone's like, all right, we see you. It's expensive, shiny, flashy. I'm going to go Cybertruck.
With all the money and the TikTok trend. Have you seen the Bugatti TikTok trend that people are doing? They're like sitting on the ground and somebody will pull them.
Yeah.
We'll go with that one. We woke up with a new Bugatti.
But it's the second one or the first one? Because it's usually a fast one and a slow one.
Well, the first one. I'm just saying a Bugatti is what I'm saying.
How about this? Texas Tech as a car is like a 65 Chevelle, right? But somebody just dumped $2 million into it. Shiny bright paint job, new engine. They bought it 4 years ago, but have just now kind of finished the rebuild. They put a new windshield in it, new south trunk.
Yeah. I'm fine. Maybe make it a truck, and then we can.
Yeah,
we can talk.
So like a Blazer or a Bronco, like one of those old classic.
Yeah.
Blazer Broncos, or an El Camino.
No, let's not go.
It's an El Camino from the 60s. 67, 69 El Camino. How was that? Or a 71. What was it? 70, 74, 71, 77, 76? What was the year?
Sound like an auctioneer.
Yeah, one of those years. Texas Tech is a Ford pickup truck. Most of the time it's chugging along, but every now and then it gets stuck in the mud. I don't mind people getting up for restroom concessions, but I hate when people continuously go the long way out of the row and make 20 people stand up instead of 6 going out.
Yeah.
That was another thing that happened at the last Rangers game I went to. That's moderately frustrating. But I'll tell you what. I went to a stand-up comedian at the place across the street, Buddy Holly Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And this doofus was like 4 seats away from the other aisle. But there was like lights on that aisle. And my aisle was dark. I was on the aisle seat.
Mm-hmm.
He crossed the entire aisle instead of going up the lit staircase. And he got 7 beers in an hour long. Like,
yeah.
As soon as he came back, he was going again.
Yeah.
He was like, just stay out there.
Yeah.
Just stay out there, stand at the thing. I'm sure you can hear the comedian from there. You're not listening anyways.
Should be like tennis. Once the comedian has started, his one bit, unless it's your guy. What's your guy again? Mike Birbiglia?
Mike Birbiglia.
Close enough. Unless it's him, then you're never going to get a punchline. But once he does one little story, he says his bit, everybody laughs. That's when you get up 4 seats to your left.
Not my guy. I think that was Theo Vaughn. I was also frustrated in that show because Theo Vaughn
was here?
Yep. Oh. He didn't have a polished set, per se.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, all right, what do we want to do now? And like we go into the next bit. Most comedians, when they're on tour, they're like, I guess, with a polished, trying to work for it a special. He must have been early in his tour because it was not polished at all. Sat in front of a nice lady at a basketball game last year, but every time we didn't get an offensive rebound, she'd yell, "Rebound!" in the most shrill voice. It was every time we didn't get an offensive rebound the whole game when we were up by 25.
That would be annoying.
I've got another one, but I can't say it on air. Let's just say the lady behind me at an Angels-Rangers game was saying the wrong name for Albert Pujols for 8 innings.
Kind of like...
loudly.
Aroldis Garcia?
More of an on-purpose thing. Bottom line up next, 100.7 The Score. We'll see you tomorrow.
This has been the End of the Bench podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 107thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.